What's up, YouTube? It's your boy ATH the Great.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
I'm back here with my brother. Told you, co-host here. We got a few names. First off, I just want to start. We got a few names that we want to name our show here. So if you got any, what can I say? Any suggestions or anything like that? Comment down at the bottom. First, we was gonna call it Talking Shit, but you know, I did a real serious little video the other day, but it's back to the fun shit. So what we gonna do right here, our first little topic for the day, we're gonna do a couple of videos here, so y'all gonna see a couple of videos with us with the same shit on, but so don't think we ain't changed our clothes or whatever. But the first one here we're gonna do, me and my brother, we're gonna go with our top five WWE, WWF. Damn, these mosquitoes is out here killing us, man. See, YouTube, subscribe to us, man. We out here doing these videos for y'all and getting bit up by mosquitoes. You know, black people and mosquitoes don't mix.
And we dark. Especially me and I got black on.
So,
you want me to start?
yeah, you go ahead.
Top 5 wrestlers. Number 1, of course, Shawn Michaels. Why? Because he was one of the first wrestlers that I ever seen started wrestling after my brother put me onto it when I was a youngin'. And that's one I've always just grown to love and to like a lot. And to me, he's the best. And a lot of other people say he's the best besides The Undertaker. But then with Shawn Michaels, he has a cold finisher. I love his finisher. Love his entrance music. I mean, a lot of things they say about him behind the scenes, I don't know. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't know him personally. He's from San Antonio, so that's another reason why I love him. My second one, I have to go with Bret Hart. He was one I actually liked it when I was a youngin' before Shawn Michaels, but he fell down to me on my list on number 2. I don't really have that much to say about Bret Hart because he was the best there is, the best there was, the best that there ever will be. Besides, he's a dude that can actually rock pink.
Make it look cool.
Yeah, and make it look tight. And I love skulls, so he got the skulls too, and then the sharpshooter. That's kind of one of the top submission moves. And number 3, I'm gonna have to go with The Undertaker. A lot of people probably be like, what the fuck, why you didn't put The Undertaker number 1? Hey, but this is our shit. We can do what we want. This is my top 5. But yeah, The Undertaker, of course, he's the dead man. I wouldn't even argue with anybody if they said that he's the greatest, because to me he's not the greatest of all time, but he's in my top 5. When he comes out, everybody gets that adrenaline. They get the goosebumps. Few people get scared. They see the smoke, the blue lights. It goes completely dark in there, and people just lose their fucking mind when he comes out. So that's 3. Now this is where it gets kind of complicated, because number 4, I would have to go with. It's kind of hard. I can't really. I'm gonna have to go and say my boy Stone Cold Steve Austin. Even though I didn't grow up as a Stone Cold fan, Stone Cold is one who actually grew on me. His in-ring performance, his mic skills, he does it all, and he's well respected in the WWE. And a lot of people give him a lot of credit. And he's a badass. He talks shit. He don't care. He drank beer. He'll spread all in the ring, whatever. And my number 5, I'm gonna have to go with my brother's boy Triple H. Just because he's the game. He got that long ass nose. But no, man, the pedigree is just it's one of the top finishing moves. A lot of people can probably agree with me on that one. It's fucking mosquitoes. And he's Shawn Michaels' best friend. If it wasn't for Triple H, honestly, Shawn Michaels' career wouldn't have gone as far as it did. And some people may not agree with it. but I mean, it's the truth. And Triple H, he's one of those guys who, if you were growing up to want to become a wrestler, you would want to imitate him. You would want to look at him, his in-ring, the way he wrestles, the way he carries himself inside and out the ring, because he's one of those guys that doesn't do the drugs. He doesn't have too many problems going on or anything like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure he does have issues, but I mean, he never had any drug related type of issues. And I'm gonna let my brother go ahead and do his top 5.
All right, I'm gonna do mine a little backwards. I'm gonna start from 5 and go all the way up to number 1. So I'm gonna start with 5, and I'm gonna have to go with greatest of all times. I've been watching wrestling since I was a kid, so I think I probably started probably in the early 90s. No, I take that back. I need to quit lying. I'm lying about my age. I started probably in the 80s and went through the 90s Attitude Era. So some of these y'all probably will be like, well, wow, where'd he come up with that? But number 5, I would have to say Jake the Snake Roberts. Why he's the original, well, the creator of the DDT, and his gimmick and everything was, I bet y'all just wonder what I just did, but anyway. But Jake the Snake Roberts would be my number 5. I would say number 4 would have to be the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, the greatest heel that was ever in the WWF, the greatest heel ever. And of course with the $1 Million Championship, which I hope to get soon. And just everything pretty much about him. He had charisma, in-ring, performance was always good. Number 3 would have to stay Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's just my boy. You got to have him on your list. Yeah. It's really not too much I can really say about Stone Cold, because he pretty much carried the Attitude Era along with The Rock, even though The Rock is not in my top 5. I know some people might say I'm crazy for that, but The Rock's not in my top 5. And like my brother said a minute ago, this is our top 5. You know,
Our top 5.
Exactly.
Ace boys.
So if, just not even just to go ahead and jump in before I finish with my last 2, we would want, people who view this video or whatnot, put your top 5 down there at the bottom. We'll love to read the comments, and if y'all, want us to do another video on, top 5 wrestlers, it'll be more top 5s that we're gonna bring. But anyway, let me get on to my number 2, which I know is probably gonna stir up a lot if you've been watching wrestling for this long. And he's my number 2 because I grew up liking him, not from the things he's done outside of the ring, but it is the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior, when during the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, the dude had probably the most intensity in the ring that I've ever seen. I haven't seen it to this day.
Some wrestlers even said it.
So, even though I know he's screwed up in the head a little bit, but he's my number 2. And of course, my number 1 is Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Triple H. It's just something with that guy that gravitated me to him from the first time I seen him. And I'm talking about when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley with the whack music and coming out being stuck up. I know some people may be like, that I wasn't, a Triple H fan then. I was a Triple H fan from day number 1. So, I know some people might say, it wasn't. I don't think neither one of us had a PG era guy in there, even though it's some PG era guys we like, but.
Of course, CM Punk.
Yeah,
CM Punk. He maybe if we were to do one, maybe 2 years, 3 years later from now, maybe he might be in mind.
Yeah. Or that might be just another one that we might do is a top 5 from the PG era, which I don't have a top 5 from the PG era. There's only a couple of them that I like from that era.
Yeah, Randy Orton, CM Punk, Sheamus.
So that's pretty much
Ryback.
Daniel Bryan, you can't.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
Daniel Bryan.
Yes. No.
A lot of people though, they may say that's in their top 5 is Kane. A lot of people sleep on Kane, and he could be in the top 5 wrestlers. I can honestly say, because he's one who's been around for a while, and he's put a couple of people over as well. So I want to give Kane a lot of shout out if you ever see this video.
But that's our top 5 WWE superstars of all time. I think we're gonna probably break it down also Attitude Era, PG Era, like we said. That's probably about as far as we can go back, because he ain't been watching wrestling that long. But we're gonna be back at y'all in a few minutes here. We're gonna probably come up with another topic here to discuss. So thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna let my brother close this one out. Peace. Hayes Boys for life, man.